Connor, can we start with a thought on the contract and just your mindset of 2 years and at the number?
Yeah, obviously said I was committed to winning here, and that's, I meant that when I said that, and 2 years makes a lot of sense. Gives us a chance to continue chasing down what we've been chasing down here with the core guys that have been here, and a little bit of money to work with too. So I think the deal makes sense for both sides. Yeah.
Connor, what was so why that?
I guess it's a unique situation. Just we weren't going to sign a long-term deal, so 2 years at that number makes a lot of sense. Gives us a chance, as I said, to extend our window here in Edmonton. Lenny's not going to go hungry with that money, so we'll be fine. So it's about winning, and that's always what I've preached. And so I think this deal gives both sides what they're looking for.
Was it yesterday the day where you felt like, okay, like we asked you a lot of questions over the last several weeks. Was it you want to get it done before the season, or what made yesterday?
Well, I think obviously not wanting to be a distraction plays a factor. It's a lot for guys to have to come in here and answer questions for other guys. The coach to get asked about it, the GM to get asked about it every day. So nice to get it out of the way. No one's got to talk about it anymore. That obviously plays a factor, and then obviously just the myself not wanting to answer the question and giving the Oilers some clarity on what's going to go down. So yeah, like I said.
Connor, you got a lot of people in your circle and advisors and things like that. Did you ever discuss this with Sid at all? Like he did something similar, and the outcome for him was pretty positive.
No, it's not about other guys. It's about obviously the guys in this room and my family, the people around me. I can't thank Juddy enough for how much work he's put into it, allowing me to. He's put in a lot of work and a lot of behind-the-scenes work, and kind of allowing my family and I, Lauren and I, to make the decision, not rushed, not with any other outside noise. So really appreciate obviously the work that he's done. Appreciate Stan and Jeff and the entire organization being patient. I know again it's not easy, so but it was something that I took seriously and wanted to give a lot of thought over, and something that we discussed ad nauseum and talked it over again and over again, and that was the conclusion we came to.
Was the decision about how long, or was playing out your final year and exploring free agency on the table?
I said everything was on the table, and I meant it then too. Of course, everything was on the table. Like that's the point of being in that situation. You have your options, but ultimately, our heart's here in Edmonton. Our heart's here with the core guys, with the guys in this room, as I alluded to. Obviously, the city and the fans are important to us, and we want to win here. We want to bring that, bring it back here and make our city proud, and our but mostly for the guys in this room. We've been through a lot together, and to see it through together is important.
Connor, nobody would argue that there's a thought out there that this is a window they have to start to contend. Clearly been contending pretty good for the last 5 years here. Does this contract frame the next 3 years, however, a little bit? Is there a different sort of aura about the next 3 years here now?
Well, clearly, I think clearly there's a little bit of as I said, we took our time with it. I think there's a lot of factors that go into that. I think everyone understands the situation this room and this organization is in. We want to win, top to the bottom. If it lends urgency, that's a good byproduct, I guess.
Can you expand on, like you've mentioned, 2 years? Why that ultimately became the sweet spot for you? Like what about two made it so appealing?
talking about two.
Yeah.
Again, it gives the core guys that have been here a really long time, and guys in this room that have come here to be a part of something special. Gives us a chance to play that out, and that's important to me, obviously. There's no secret that with a team that pushes for it every year, like we have for the last number of years, 4 or 5 years, we've given up first-round picks and prospects and all that stuff that, not a lot of ton of young guys, So I think 2 years gives us a chance to, as I said, play this out. Gives us every opportunity to build something here. I think no one really knows what the cap situation. Everyone keeps telling everyone that it's going to be. Who knows what it's going to be at? But ultimately, if teams don't want to spend the money, then the cap stops going up. So no one really knows what's going to happen. I think everyone understands and expects where it's going to go. So as I said, our heart's here. We want to win here. That's the bottom line, and I think that deal expresses that.
Connor, with that said, you've got quite a few
Were there any
young guys.
Sorry.
Were there any specific commitments you were looking for from the Oilers?
We had lots of talks, as Stan pointed out. We talked about a number of different things, and we kept an open communication, and I think that's important. Was there any commitments that I was looking for? No. But just having those open conversations together was important.
And Connor, you mentioned you don't maybe have a lot, but you actually have quite a few young guys coming in this year. Howard, Savoy, Regula. Pod Colson's only 24. You guys have obviously been as close as you can to winning. How important is it to add some youth, and how do you get them to understand what it takes to win?
Extremely important. You need your older guys, you need your core guys, you need everybody, you need some young talent, and Stan and Jeff have done a great job of going out and adding that in, under difficult circumstances. So, Sav and Howie and, as you said, Podsy and, Regs is going to start with us. So, there are a lot of promising things going on, and I think that that's exciting and it's important for our group, and they're going to be a big part of this, just as everyone in this room will be. So, that's been good.
Connor, looking ahead to the season, what's going to make the third time the charm in you?
You want me to give you the experience talk or the motivated? I don't know. I mean, what do I think? I think we got a good team. We got a chance, but it starts with obviously tomorrow night, and starts with a good regular season, and an even shorter picture, having a good start to the season. So obviously that's what we want to do. Something that has not been our MO the last couple of years. So getting off to a good start is important.
Connor, you did sign another key piece last day as you and Jake Wallman. The importance of really solidifying your defense moving forward. How do you feel?
It's been great since he came in, obviously. Fit in really well. It's a tough ask to play your offside, and he obviously has the ability to do that, which is important. Moves well, he's a big body, shoots well, plays with a ton of emotion, which is always a good thing. So, nice to have him locked up for a long time, and he'll be a big piece of it for sure.